So hello, and welcome to the Welcome Back cast. We'll go through and introduce ourselves as normal. So I'm Carter, I use they, them pronouns. I lead the Health and Social Care School and the Staffordshire Business School. And I forgot to bring an interesting / cool fact with me even though that was my idea. So circle back round for my facts, please.
Anyone?
I'll go next. I'm Tuesday. My pronouns are she, her. I'm the school lead for law, policing and forensics, as well as the officer representative for the Digital Institute London. My interesting cool fact, I play a Zandalari troll prop pally in WoW. That's my cool fact for the day. I don't know.
It's instantly going to turn to WoW again.
Yeah.
I found a cool fact.
Do you want to jump in with yours before we move on to someone else introducing themselves?
Yes, please. My fact today is armadillo shells are bulletproof.
Did you
I just
Google
found
that?
this out. Yes, I've just Googled it. One Texas man was hospitalized when a bullet he shot at an armadillo ricocheted off of it and hit him back. It's kind of karma for the armadillo. That's my fact for this week.
Interesting.
Next one.
And you can go next.
Yeah, I'm Anthony Wallace. I'm one of the vice presidents. I basically cover DCA. It's my school, so I basically all the computer arts, engineering, all that sort of thing. My interesting fact is that a direwolf isn't actually now a wolf. It's been proven to have its own genus as of about a week ago.
I saw that today. I read that as well.
They've proven that it's just completely different. It's its own breed. So, how interesting is that?
Yeah.
How cool.
I'm set now. I like direwolf.
Yeah. Sounds badass.
Yeah. I'm going to introduce a dog as well because she's here with me. I'm Conor Bayliss. I'm the president for this year. My school is Life Sciences and Education, and then I'm kind of like that backup support for DTA if anything goes massively wrong. My cool fact is that bullets turn non-lethal when they hit 3 centimeters underwater. And this is my dog. Her name is Alaska. She's amazing. Say hi.
Hi, Alaska.
She's done now. She's bored
Nice
now.
of you to join us today.
Her cool fact is she likes to pull books off the bookshelf and eat them.
Oh no.
Alaska, can I ask you a really, really important question on politics? What's your stance on the government right now and how they are treating university students in general regarding their finances, their all, their mental health, their constant something?
She's
So the
going after the treats I've got sat on my desk for her. One dog, you can
Wonderful. We shall go on to our content that we have written down. So, sorry, there was just a random noise outside. What have we been doing since we came back?
go.
What
Well,
haven't we been doing?
Haven't we been doing, honestly.
if you didn't notice, there's been another government announcement around Tier 4, which has heavily impacted our students. So I guess you could say we've been quite busy.
Yeah, you could probably say that.
Go on.
I think it's worth mentioning to students that we do see what they have been posting on social media, and we have been picking it up, and we have been taking it to all the different university meetings that they are relevant to, or if not, we've been setting up those meetings to have those conversations. I think that's very important, to be completely transparent with the students as well. So it's good.
Yeah.
See, this is why I don't do camera, because I just feel really awkward.
Yes, I feel that. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we've all just been dealing with different aspects of issues here and there. So obviously there's all the ongoing health and social care and placements, and it all just returns every week with no issues, which is wonderful. Anything fun that we've been doing since we got back?
Wow.
Ooh.
Anything fun we've been doing at work since we got back?
Yeah. I guess we did a couple of things. Yeah, lateral flow testing was a very interesting day.
I mean, I wouldn't call that fun, I'm not going to lie.
Well,
Sure.
Some cool things we have done since we've come back though is we've done a lot of pre-welcome stuff because a lot of new students have started this semester, so we've been welcoming a lot of new students, and that's continuing on for the next week or two. So that's a really cool thing to do as well. So
I
yeah.
recorded that, so it's accessible by everyone somewhere on the website when I know the link. Somewhere.
Have we had any wins or progress since we came back?
Lots of wins. So the ongoing struggle of ECs and regulations, I guess. So we are having constant wins, but there's always more to do. So we'll be rolling out more updates on those over the next week or two, I guess. We've got an emergency council on Thursday.
Yeah. I think you might just picking up on the exceptional circumstances we've done as part of the wins. We've managed to secure that you don't need extra evidence as such to support your claims during this lockdown, which has been really good for students, and they've all said how thankful and how welcomed it is. So that's some good news, and I think that's a massive win coming off the back of that announcement.
If you go on the website as well, there's a load of advice when you do need to apply for ECs as well, just in case you have to write anything down. So that's all there for you as well. I guess the other wins would be working with the university about on-site accommodation, I guess, covering our students who aren't able to make it back. Obviously, that's very different to private landlords, but that is our next approach. And we finished a letter for Joe Gideon today, so that'll be going out shortly. I just need to take it to the Vice Chancellor and see how that is. I guess you could say the leaflet around value for money was a big win. So there is now a whole booklet on the university website around what comes under your course costs and what you actually get within your your 9250, I guess. On that note, we are looking currently at what isn't included in your 9250 and whether it should be. So that'll be coming over the next few weeks as well, hopefully in more bursary form or something like that when we've had those conversations. Anybody else got anything?
My main thing is that uni staff have been really welcoming when I've brought ideas up about different things, and they've been like, yeah, we want to work on this, come to these meetings. So that feels good on my end.
Yeah. Shout out the other day for my participation in distance learners and MOD students, and how engaged I was in terms of their staff and how they're going to further help improve that engagement across the board. That was quite nice. I'd probably jump on the back of what everyone else has kind of already said, which I think the big win was making sure that the community here at staff is very much aware that they now have ECs, or they have like areas where they can help or look or research. You have like a big website put up that just tells you hot links to anything you need financially, support, mental health, food, and it's all there, just hyperlink, ready to go. That was quite handy for students to just have if you needed it, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's been a crazy 2 weeks back, really, 2.5 weeks back.
I think it might also be worth just saying thank you to students and academics who have helped us get the best thing for students, and I think it's also important to recognise that a lot of work has gone in to everything going on right now from the academics. A lot of them have been supporting students who are in some more complex situations, and it's much appreciated that they've been able to support those students, and we haven't necessarily had to go in and help. It's been very sort of supporting each other, so big thank you to everyone who's helped us to help you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So one thing that's coming up that's quite big for us, because obviously it's how we got here, and it's how other people will get here, is the leadership race. Because even though it's a while away yet, 2 months, 3 months ish, there's already work underway to prepare for it. We're quite excited to see what it's going to look like, aren't we? Because obviously it's not going to be in person, because it's last year was half and half, wasn't it? Really, we had a bit of digital.
I wouldn't say anything yet. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, this is true.
Change.
We'd hope. In the ideal world, everything would be absolutely back to normal, and we'd have a normal leadership race and a normal end of the year. But we will see if we get that.
I'm still dressing up in the cow costume.
Oh God, you're not even running.
I'm gonna be as brutally honest as I possibly can right now, because that's what we do here at Staffs. That is burn it, and never look at it again.
Then I'll dress with the bull costume.
How many do you have in the end?
I have a total of 4. I have a bull, I have a cow, I have a reindeer, and a unicorn somewhere.
I hope you paid people to wear
How
them.
much did they cost you?
I got them all for free.
Oh.
One of my previous jobs was going to bin them, and I saw 4 mascot costumes. Well, 3 mascot costumes, and I had one kind of anyway. But you know, the hope is.
I have a leadership race question for everyone. What is your favourite memory of the leadership race? And it doesn't have to be one that you've been in. I can start if you like. So back when we were in Stafford, I believe, Connor, there was the bamboo plant that ran in our leadership race back then.
Oh my lord!
And it just kept popping up round Stafford campus during the leadership race, and it even made it to election night.
It was an actual candidate that was submitted online, and people made a manifesto for the bamboo plant, the photo, and it got some votes.
I love it.
Actually got votes.
I love it a lot.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's one boy who got it. Any others? Anyone got anything else?
I'm trying to think. There's too many. I think for me, it was my first leadership race where I had the costumes out and about, and I had the sofa, and then my 2 friends who were helping me in the mascot costume were just dancing around outside Ember, and they were chased by these 2 random people. They don't know who these people were, but these 2 people started chasing them, and they ended up all the way around past Green Pad running away because they generally didn't know what to do. And these people were like aggressive chasing them. And it was just the best moment because it was a sunny day and there was people about. And all you saw was this cow and this reindeer sprinting down the street past Ember, not knowing what was going on. It was like a Dick and Dom moment.
No one else got any?
Well, the only one I can really think of is, I think, us having shots when we just after we'd got the results that we'd been elected, and then having drinks with the old officer team as well. Because I can't really think of anything else.
That was the last night of Ember, wasn't it?
That was the last night of Ember.
My one, I think, was... I don't think I was in this one. It might have been your first one, Connor. But Scott William Smith in this stupid outfit singing.
Yeah.
At karaoke.
Yeah. I saw it on Snapchat. It was wonderful.
I just remember looking at it going, I'm never going to run that leadership race.
And it's like 12 months later.
I was hoping someone would bring up Scott's Greatest Showman campaign, because although it was like, I looked at it was like, this is so showbiz, like theatre kind of stuff, and then I was like, but it's so Scott, and that's what made it brilliant. And that whole teaser video he did before he even released his manifesto was amazing. When he did just the opening line from that song, I thought was really well done. And if anyone's thinking about running, take note, because that was brilliant.
Yeah.
I still remember, because at that point, I don't think I was even working in our venues, so I wasn't involved in the union. I had absolutely no clue what the leadership race was, but I saw these posts coming onto my feed of Scott William Smith doing The Greatest Showman. And I was like, I don't know what this is. This looks cool. I'm going to share the crap out of all of these posts. Why not? Let's just promote this guy for no reason. And he was the only one I actually voted for because the system broke and let me vote for one person.
I think for me with Scott, it was I knew Scott before. I knew of Scott since Stafford. But to me, Scott was the Michael Jackson like theme park guy.
Yeah.
And he just turns up in like this Greatest Showman outfit, dancing like Michael Jackson, putting everything together. And I'm like, what's going on? But it was like a good what's going on. It was just like he could busk and it'd be great. Like he's just got the entertainment factor.
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of may just go on a bit of a tangent, but I thought it'd be a really interesting topic.
we can get him as a guest. That would be an interesting podcast.
Our plan to get the ex-officers in for a podcast catch up.
Yeah, but a specific one for Scott.
Oh, okay.
How many years do you reckon we could go back?
It'd only have to be 2, wouldn't it? No one would really care past 3, 4. No one would know though, would they? Because everyone would have graduated. The people would be relevant.
This is true. I
mean, Tuesday was officer when I was in my first year.
Yeah. And I've been here a long time, so I've seen a lot of different officer teams.
When you mentioned Stafford, I thought you were going to mention Darren in Legends in our first year, because I remember working that shift.
Well, I never got to sort of take part in nightlife in Stafford. Like, I never got to go to Legends when there was a mucky on because of having to commute from Newcastle under Lyme to go to my lectures. But as soon as we came to came to Stoke campus, I got involved a lot more and got to appreciate what the union does in that aspect, because I was one of those people that didn't see the union as a bar and a club. I saw the union as everything else, and it wasn't until we came to Stoke that I realised that, oh yeah, the union does this too. So I was an opposite student, as it were, because everyone thinks it's just a bar and a restaurant, but actually I was, I
think that was a weird thing. It was commuting down to Stafford to work a club shift, to then sleep on one of my friends' floors and halls, to then get the train back up on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I miss being in first year.
I miss Stafford.
Bring Stafford back.
Be interesting to see how many Stafford students might still be here.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I know of a few who have swapped courses who are still about.
I was going to say, any Stafford OGs, interact with this. Tell us that you're still here.
Comment F.
They might be on a master's or doing a PhD, so that's absolutely fine. Even if you're still doing your undergrad, that's absolutely fine. It took me a long time to complete it, and I'm not mad about it. I needed that extra time, and if you need the extra time, go for it. Positive thoughts, people.
We love them. Are there any changes on campus that we can think of at the moment? Obviously, we've got the lateral flow testing going on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, is it?
Just
LRV. And then our favourite venue, which is not even biased, unbiasedly the best venue, Squeezebox, has had to shut. I'm not taking that back. This is 2v1, Connor. You have 2 Squeezebox staff in here. You won't win
I have
this.
2 venue staff in here because I worked in both, remember?
Oh, this is true. But any other changes we can think of that's going on?
I think the main one is the masks. So students will need to wear their masks while inside now as well. And if you have a sunflower badge, card or lanyard, those are going to be changed to like university personal sunflower scheme cards now. So keep an eye out for those to make sure you've got those, because you will be asked to provide proof. And the original sunflower one won't pass after a certain date. But we'll post that out when all those things are live anyway.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Don't think there's anything else. But speaking of Squeezebox, what's everyone's go-to drink or food when you go there?
Don't do it. Don't
Don't do it.
What do you mean, don't do it? I'm doing it.
He started looking at me. He's like, Connor, don't say it. Don't say it.
Say it. Don't say it.
Do it, Connor. Reveal
What's
yourself.
my favourite drink, Anth?
I'm not saying it.
I love me a chocky frappy.
Oh,
Chocky frappy.
the knife is any harder. Ugh.
Chocky frappy.
Ugh.
I remember you used to come and ask us for yellow fruits, but you'd take out one of the ingredients. Was it banana?
Well, yeah, it was, but you guys got rid of peach, so you just
Yeah.
ruined that for me anyway.
Yeah, and then you took like a whole thing of like pack of tin of peaches home because we
I
didn't
put
use
my
them.
own peaches in to put into yellow fruits because I missed
Ooh.
it.
I mean, yeah, that's a good shout. My favourite drink is, or go-to anyway, is oat milk lattes. I really enjoy them. And then I change my syrup pretty much every day. Lena that works there, Paulina, she guesses the syrup I want every time before I even know. So on the very first day back that they opened, I walked right up. And Lena just looks at me and she goes, oat milk latte with caramel? I hadn't even said anything. I was like, oh, yes. She always knows which one I want somehow, or always has a good suggestion. What are your two's go-tos? Your two's go-tos.
See, I've only recently got into coffee, sort of this year, 2021. I've never really been a fan of coffee before, but I've really started to appreciate it this year as such, to the point where I've invested in a Tassimo machine and I have named it Squeeze Not because
my
it's
God.
the exact same colour as the old Squeezebox branding, so it's orange. So that's why I've gone with Squeeze Not. And I only drink two. My two go-tos for the machine are vanilla lattes and mochas. It's just a shame they don't give enough in the machine. But I appreciate the mochas and the lattes and everything that Squeezebox does. I just need to be able to try them all at some point before I go to really appreciate good coffee.
I just want Squeezebox back, and I just want M back, I just want LRB back, and I want them all back.
I'm gonna get absolutely slaughtered in LRB for once.
I want
mean,
a
that's it.
Yoda.
No,
I want
I
a
can't
Yoda
stand
before
them.
we leave.
I
Just
can't stand
one.
Yodas.
Do you know what? I miss the security guards at LRB. That's who I miss.
Yeah.
Mm.
Miss those boys because those boys would put up with our crap every week without fail, with a smile on their face, unless you're an absolute tit. But they do it with a smile on their face, and they're like, "Come on, son, go home. Just go home. It's not your night." And you just look at them and go, "Yeah."
I never thought I'd say this, but I miss standing behind the LRV bar and hearing the change tapping on the wood. You know, serve me next. I need it back. Just thought I could deal with it for one night. Everybody could wave their cash at me and beg me to serve them first.
I just miss being behind the bar somehow. And being in front of the bar as well.
I just miss being in a busy kitchen. I miss that ticket machine going off. I miss there being 60 burgers on the grill. I miss all that. It's really weird, but I'm thankful that we had the opportunity to do so. But yeah. Soon, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Big
And
hopeful.
And to go back to your original question, I didn't actually answer my favorite.
You did not.
So my particular thing is I'm a big fan of the flat white milk.
Mm.
Kind of gives you a different kind of taste to the coffee as well. I think. So mine will always be either a large latte, flat white milk, vanilla or caramel, depending on how spicy I'm trying to be or if I'm trying to lose weight.
Spicy vanilla and caramel.
Yeah, spice up your life, innit? Not vanilla, it's got to be caramel. Not going to go anything else.
I
Not
didn't
like-
think I'd
not
hear a
like
Spice Girls
pepper
reference from
spicy.
Ant.
God.
I'm not going to lie, I don't miss serving people about 50 miles long down the road and across the street. That I don't.
It was just so hectic in Squeezebox.
I'll never accept it. Never. No.
But you did people a service by serving them their morning coffee when they needed it. With a
Yeah.
smile.
Sometimes, maybe.
I can tell you right now, if we were to put a poll out, let's get Ella to put a poll out on marketing. go. How many lecturers remember Anth being a miserable sod at 7:30 in the morning? I guarantee you there'll be a few comments in there in the comment section going, he was just not okay. But most of the time, primarily, I was very good. But yeah.
What's the so moving on to our next ones, because otherwise we will just bang on about Squeezebox and coffee for ages, and honey. We like to go on about honey.
Yeah.
So a big question for students is what's the one thing that would improve where you're studying right now? Have you guys seen any common answers of what that would be at the moment? Or what it would be for you if you were studying?
I think this is really hard to pinpoint because we are aware of a lot of things through different surveys or comments in passing from deans or even heads of departments. So it's just making sure we've got everything. If you think we haven't got anything, please again interact with this video and let us know so we can definitely raise it for you. But we are looking at things that might not have been addressed as of yet, or might not have solutions yet, but there is things happening, there are things coming. It's just we can't really say, oh, we're doing XYZ when we're not sure if it's actually going to happen. So but we are working on things. We really need your input to be able to say what you're struggling with so we can go to the university and say this is the issues we are now seeing in a bigger volume, or we've got more feedback on this. So yeah, please.
I think we're missing greenhouses.
Huh?
I think we're missing greenhouses. I think we should have some greenhouses.
Greenhouses?
Yeah, like, grow some veg greenhouses for those in halls, for example.
Is that not
We
part
have
of
the
the allotment?
The allotment where?
That way?
Introducing Mark Spence as a special guest to tell us where the allotment is.
We shall do that. We shall do that.
This is what I mean. Who knows about an allotment?
Yeah.
Nobody.
I've known about the allotment for a while. I just don't know where it is.
I think it's like behind Mark's house.
Yeah.
That's where it is. That is where it is. Yeah, it's down the end of the car park.
Which
Just
was
I
like
know it's not that way.
it's towards Ulster. It's fine. We'll just bug Mark.
That allotment.
Sorry, Anth, what was that?
Stash owns that allotment. What?
I don't think so. I think Mark set up part of a company charity as part of the allotment owners that own it, and then staff co-owns it with them or rents from them.
reference back to this video and see that we have mentioned that, and that
myself, I am so happy we finally really
Big wins, big wins.
big wins. Maybe we should have mentioned that earlier in the big wins bit, but it's
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I said. I was like, what's exciting?
Maybe we can give this podcast a clickbait title now to say that, but you've got to wait till the end.
Want to hear more about circuit? Watch the podcast.
You've got to wait till 40 minutes in though.
Podcast. I don't think I have anything exciting coming up with work. I don't even have anything exciting personal wise. The only thing I've got exciting is that I have finally built a PC and the last parts are arriving today. That is the only exciting thing for me right now, other than some cool fancy meal kits that I'm doing. That's the height of my life at the moment.
What exciting things are happening for me at the moment?
Warcraft raids.
Pardon?
Warcraft raids.
I wish, but I'm still not at the right eye level yet because I've been a little bit busy with other stuff, so I haven't really played WoW. I think for me, we've got some really cool stuff coming up to do with the networks and looking at that, which Carter's doing as well. So I'm really excited to do that. Really looking at representation, which is something I'm massive about. We've also got Rep Council, as Connor mentioned this week. I'm really excited by what is going on. We're not really allowed to talk about it as such until afterwards. So hopefully some good news coming out after that. Personal stuff, I have actually been looking at what I'm going to do when I leave the union because unfortunately me and Connor have got to go. So I've actually been looking at doing a master's, and funnily enough, not in games design. I've actually been looking at the international history degree at Staffs, and it looks really good. So that's really exciting for me because I love history, but I love the political side of history, and it was something I didn't get to learn in school, but I was told I would. So I'm really excited for that.
And then in other news, I was due to start my course last week. It was cancelled,
Oh,
so I'm not going back to study part-time at the moment, but I'll find something. We'll
Can't do
see.
international history with me, Connor.
Enough politics at the moment. Enough politics.
Yes.
is there anything else that we think we need to mention?
No, I think Tuesday's leading the next session, so students, make sure you comment your inputs. Tell us what you want to hear us talk about and stuff.
And then just a final question. How do students access support?
So it's a Microsoft Office form that you can find through the Student Wellbeing Service on the university's website. If you click on Student Support and Wellbeing online, there is a red button on that page that says form, which will take you to that page. Once you get there, fill out the first bit. It's like, what would you like support with? So the options would be university life, mental health, wellbeing, disability, accommodation, the SVLO team, international student support, and chaplaincy. So there's all those options there. And even if your option is not on there, you can email the Students' Union or the Student Hub or any of those central emails to get where you would need to go. So sorry, that was a really in-depth explanation.
No, that's fine. It works perfect.
I guess if you need advice or housing advice or home advice or anything going on with problems at home, money, whatever, you come to us. We have the advice centre who will sit down with you, not face-to-face at the moment. Oh, we're still doing face-to-face. We are, aren't we?
I'm not sure. I don't think we are.
Well, email sac@staffs.ac.uk and they can take you through everything online anyway.
I think they're only doing face-to-face in exceptional crises.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, bro. That concludes us for the day.
Awesome. Nice one, guys.
Nice. So see you all later.